in their house, so they would cook out in the garage.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I like spaghetti, just to let you know that, Noreen.
Honey, anytime you want to come over and have spaghetti, I will cook you spaghetti and braciole and meatballs. I'll make you a lasagna, anything you want.
Oh, I love lasagna too.
Not now though, 10 days, 9 days to go.
I'm getting emails tomorrow of people wanting to send me lasagna. I swear I will, I promise you. I'll probably get some in the mail.
So now I also saw an episode with Donna and Leslie.
Oh, yes.
When you guys, something was going on in the kitchen, and then something happened up in that Mary's room?
No, it wasn't Mary's room.
Where was it? What happened?
What do you call that room? The back room. With all the windows.
Oh, the solarium.
Solarium. Yeah, solarium. Weirdly, the solarium would many times, when you had the haunted attraction, you had a nursery, right?
Are you talking about upstairs or downstairs?
Well, in the attraction, you had set up a nursery, a haunted nursery in your attraction.
Right, but I mean, are you talking about the solarium?
Upstairs in the solarium.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, weirdly, and I asked you one time, was that where the nursery was? Because you were very into the littlest detail, which was to make it smell like a nursery.
Yeah.
And something would jump out, scary thing would jump out, it would be cribs and all that, so you'd make it smell like it. But back in the solarium, there would be the smell of baby powder. It was weird. It was always over when you walk through the door, left corner, go back there, and I would say, there's baby powder back here. And there was never baby powder. And this was way long after you were no longer able to do the attraction.
Could have been like a smell of perfume, maybe, that smelled like baby powder?
There was no reason, there was no explanation for it. Another thing that my son was in there one time with me was the bread.
Yes.
So you would smell bread coming up through the floor, because the kitchen, that's where they would bake the bread.
Damn.
So and it was like amazing, and there was nothing working in there.
No, we had people from the Halloween attraction, guys that would work in the kitchen, and they would come out and tell us what was cooking that evening after the Halloween attraction was over.
Wow.
They go talk someone was baking cookies, and then we smelled different items, over the years of things that were being cooked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. I remember one time I had to turn on a light switch, and it was behind a door, and it was a big door, and I remember going behind it, and just right behind the door was just a distinct smell of that rose oil that women would wear back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the beautiful, nice, clean rose, and I went back there, I could smell it, and I had other people go back there, and they could smell it too. But it was just right there. We've done that a lot, actually, a lot of different smells in there.
But the incident was with you and Leslie. Something happened. I don't know if somebody was swearing or attacking. What happened?
What had happened was that there was a group there, and we were filming. And so the guy who had the camera had the infrared camera going. And so we were upstairs, and there was this energy that was in the solarium I kept walking in and walking out of. And so Leslie was with me, and I had told her, there's this woman here, she's really angry, and so if you trust me, stand across from me and look at me, and I'm going to just let her say what she's going to say. So I don't believe in channeling, I don't like it, I don't do it, but this is the only time I actually kind of came into what would be known as channeling, which is to allow a spirit to come into your body and talk through you. I said what she said, but I didn't allow her to take over, so I made sure I could walk out of her and not, she didn't have control. So Leslie, bless her heart, oh my God, love her to death. She stood there, and this woman who I picture as a nurse, what was from Cuckoo's Nest, nurse, do you remember one of those? Anyway, if you know, it's a very starched white uniform, severe hair pulled back, and this cap on top. And she used to run this facility. She never did any of the things herself. She always had other people do it for her. So I just kind of walked into her and she started calling Leslie all these names and I hate you and I'm gonna throw you down the stairs, and it was really
Were you repeating those
Yeah.
to Leslie?
Yeah, so I said, I'm just gonna start, and she said, okay, and so I said, whatever you do, don't back down, just stay where you are. Leslie kept her cool, and she kept, saying, okay, I hear you, and I'm so sorry you feel that way, and then she started calling her the B word again, and really awful words that I never use to anybody. I just allowed it to happen, and it was a good, 15 minutes, but when this camera was on, all the colors in me changed, I guess, I don't know, it was weird. So then I backed off and we stopped because I was just exhausted, and so we went downstairs and had to actually go outside to regroup, but that was intense. Do you remember the yelling? You were downstairs.
I plugged my ears.
That
That's
was
funny.
intense.
Can I take a short intermission to
Oh,
my
sure.
restroom?
Yes.
Because my tea is kicking in.
I told ya.
Okay.
My beautiful artwork on my wall.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, so that was Leslie and I, that was a very bonding experience for Leslie and I.
I remember watching that show.
Yeah, that was
In
intense.
fact, that night was the highest number I've ever seen
Wow.
in the room.
Yeah,
It was huge
I
show.
would never, if I had to do it again, yes, I would do it again. But like I said, I don't believe in channeling. I don't think you have to have a spirit come in and take over your body to be able to get a message out. I think you can tell somebody. I think it's dangerous to channel. That's just my personal opinion. You can tell what they're saying, but I was very careful about being in control of the whole thing, and Leslie was wonderful and just listened to me and did exactly what I said. It was awesome, fabulous experience.
Now, I didn't see, how can I find my ghost story? Because I'd like to watch that. I didn't see
YouTube.
that.
YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube?
Yeah. Yep. it's
Just
on
go
YouTube. Go to My Ghost Story Wolf Manor on
Oh.
YouTube, and it'll come up.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Who put that up there?
I don't know. Somebody did, but it's out there.
Oh, yeah, I'd like
I've
to
got it
see
on-
that.
I've got it
So
on
when you
YouTube.
did My Ghost Story, you weren't in the house though, you weren't at the Wolf Manor?
I was for the follow-up. So we went down south to do the interview, which is you sit in a chair and they ask you all these questions and they get this footage, if you've seen the show, you have. So they have a person sitting and they're talking about their experiences. And then,
Were you with Todd when you were doing
yeah,
that together?
we were down there together. We had a really good time. And so they took him first, and I sat in this little room, and then they took me after that, and it took me about a half hour to do the interview. And then a week or so later, they wanted to get footage from in the house. So then I had to drive all the way to the Wolf, which is, for me, 3 hours. It's not just down the block. And so we spent the day doing footage of the different things we talked about in the interview. So then we had to remember what the heck, because there's been so many experiences. One of the things about the Wolf, and I think we can get Todd to talk about this, it's one of the most haunted places. But not only is it just extremely haunted, there's always activity almost 24/7. It's kind of exaggeration, but not much. It's extremely active.
Wow.
So you have a lot of the spirits who are confused, who were in dementia when they were there and are still in dementia because they haven't crossed over. So they're just still in their little chaos, and I've run into many of them.
So when you go there,
Mhm.
are they after you? They want to talk, they want the word, they
Yeah.
want messages to get
A
out?
lot, not all of them, some of them. Hello, welcome back.
So
Feel better?
much.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, somebody wanted to know if there were static cameras in the Wolf. I don't think so.
Static cameras.
Yeah, how they have cameras?
Oh, no, there's no cameras in the Wolf.
Right, we don't have any cameras in there right now, but
You
that
did for a
is-
while.
Right, well, now that we have the alarm system set up, we have, because see, the thing is, I didn't want to put live streaming in the manor because then people would want to go there and be ridiculous in front of the cameras.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
this way, if someone does break in, the alarm's gonna go off and stuff like that. But no, that is something I've talked to Scott about a lot. And we have a phone line, and And so we're gonna be working on putting a live ghost cam in there that'll run 24 hours a day.
Oh, awesome.
Oh.
Talk about, no, we never get to talk about what happens, you as the owner, what happens? You have a lot of groups who decide that they're just going to break the law and they're going to jump fences and they're going to go through windows and they're going to break the law to get into a place to get activity.
Correct.
Talk about that part of it, because we never do talk about, and your side of it and what it's caused you, emotionally, financially, just all the things that have happened over the years with people who do these kinds of things.
Yeah, well, it's mainly, the word got out that we didn't have an alarm, and so that's what got us frustrated by not having the electricity turned back on. So, I see a spike in break-ins when I'm on TV. So if I'm on Ghost Adventures 3 hours in a row, they keep playing my episode. I know by that Monday, or if that was on a weekend, Monday, I know for sure there's a window that's broken. And so people have brought in tools to undo the wood that we put on the windows. They will take out all the screws all the way around the edge just to be able to break in.
Wow.
So, like I said, now that we have the alarm, it's going to change and stuff like that. So that's very, very frustrating. It's, by not being open to the public, it doesn't help that people just are going to help themselves to break in and do whatever they want to. So it's really sad.
And they've done damage in the house.
Horrible damage.
I mean, to fixtures and because they're just being destructive and have too much time in their hands and.
Right, and the fact is that it's a TV set. I mean, how many times do people go to Los Angeles and they want to see TV, film, and locations and Universal Studios, all that kind of stuff. Everybody wants to see something that's been on television, and so they have taken all my artwork out of there. It's just ridiculous, and so now they feel like they own something that is from television.
Right.
So I have stalkers. I have Facebook stalkers. I have MySpace stalkers.
Oh my God.
Oh, Noreen, you can't even imagine. It's the weirdest thing. I never thought it would have happened.
Is that what they do to movie stars? Is that the typical thing?
Sure. Well, because people feel like they know me. So they see me on TV all the
I
time.
know you. I don't stalk you.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Give her time.
Not at
She starts with lasagna and spaghetti and it goes from there.
At my door. Come on in.
That's terrible that
Yeah.
people do that. What the hell's the matter with these people?
Oh, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I called Donna on, she's the lady that always helps me, I'll take that, and, to stay away from some of these people. Or they'll send me letters telling me that I can fix their problems, and please help me, Todd, you're the only one who can help me, and it's just sad because I can't help them, and they need to turn to other people for help, not me.
Oh, jeez.
So, very dramatic, very...
I think I saw that on your Facebook page.
Really? What did I put?
Something like that. I don't, did I dream it? I think I
Did you
saw
dream
that. Well, I swear I thought I saw somebody write him a message that I need your help and you can help me.
Oh, probably.
Probably. Yeah, I get that a lot.
Oh my
So I've got
goodness.
a couple of them recently that were pretty bad. I called Donna and said, what do I do? And she said, get these people, away from you. So,
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. It's really sad.
yeah.
Well, Todd, once you get on TV, you're gonna have to go incognito, walking around.
I know. Donna and I both are going to wear like big hats.
Yeah. We're gonna have bodyguards, really.
Oh
really
my
big
God,
guns
if
surrounding
it's
us.
bad now, it's really gonna get bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Aw.
I've had people want to meet me for wine, and we're coming into town. I'd like to meet you for wine, and I'm like, I don't have time. Then their next message is they're kind of angry, and you shouldn't treat people like that.
Oh.
I've even gotten very horrible letters when TV people come into film, like Ghost Adventures. I mean, people send me hate mail that will never support you. I can't believe you didn't let us all know that Zach, Aaron, and Nick were in town, and I can't tell people.
Right.
Oh my
But I've
God.
gotten very hateful messages and stuff like that. They, like I'm supposed to let everybody know, do a press release, the whole idea is for them to get in, film, have everything go smoothly so they can get out of town.
Oh, boy.
So if I did a press release, my God, there'd be, thousands of people around the Wolf Manor trying to see Zach Aaron.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
However, nice story. Anytime they have filmed Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters, well, Ghost Hunters is kind of obvious because they have their big vans, their trucks and stuff. But, all the talent always came out to the gate when the public did come to say hi. And
they did? Wow.
they were very nice. They were very nice. They took photos with people. They never turned anybody away. So that was nice.
And so Ghost Hunters, did they drive from back east to come over to California?
I don't think so. I think what their people bring that stuff out, and I think, I'm gonna guess that, the two guys, they fly into town, and then they get in the vehicles and they drive.
I think you're right,
Oh.
yeah, because
I
there's
can't
no
imagine.
way going that far, now that they've traveled so far away from the East Coast.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna drive, from the East Coast all the way to California, come to Wolf Manor and, a couple other places. So they probably have people drive them, drive the vehicles, and then they show up. That makes more sense.
Does Jason and, what's the other one's name?
Grant.
Grant. Do they control the show?
Jason, from what I understand, they don't own the show. Is it Pilgrim, I believe?
Pilgrim.
They're actually cast members.
Oh, I thought they had more control than that.
I don't know what kind of control they have. I just know that they're cast members. So, I know there was a big head honcho guy showed up. He wasn't very nice to me. I was taking photos of their vans and stuff, and I was trying to get the cool angles of like the van that said Ghost Hunters, and then the Wolf Manor behind it. He was just like wondering, why I was taking so many photos, and I'm like, well, it's not every day. These vans are sitting in front of my house, So, I wanted all the memorabilia I could actually have. So he was just wondering, he thought I was going to sell them or something. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sell pictures. So that was kind of strange. Yeah, he was a head honcho from what I understand, so.
Maybe he was the owner of Pilgrims.
I don't know.
That's too bad.
Yeah, but like I said, everybody else was absolutely wonderful, so. Yeah.
So what other good stories can you tell us about the haunted Wolf Manor?
There was, now I'm getting kind of confused. I was speaking with someone the other day, and they were talking about how the upstairs, I think it's somebody we're doing research on for my show, and they wrote me a letter. Okay, now I'm remembering. Somebody wrote me a letter, and it was actually a pretty big letter, and they were talking about how on a regular basis, either they or patients, or I'm not for sure exactly who it was, but in the letter they wrote me, they were talking about how upstairs there was an area in the manor that people always felt like they were having heart attacks or heavy pressure on their chest. And that's the room that we call the heart attack room. Scott and I and Terry, I don't know who came up with it, maybe Terry, I don't think it was myself, it was Scott or Terry. We realized that when we were doing these ghost tours on a regular basis, they would complain about pressure on their chest in this one room. Scott was having the same thing happen with his guest, Terry was. So one night we were all talking and comparing notes, and we've all realized, wow, everybody keeps saying that they feel heavy pressure in that room. So that's where we came up with the word, the heart attack room. Well, then now I'm talking to people that are, that know a lot about the history of the house, and they're telling me stories that, they don't know what we're dealing with today. But the same thing we're dealing with today is what they dealt with a long time ago. That make sense?
Somebody in chat by the 7PP Mr. Poe wants to know, what's the scariest thing to ever happen in the Wolf?
Well, what frightened me was that black entity. I feel like if something could show me its full figure, I can visualize, I can relive that moment every day. And that was an amazing moment that I could actually see a full figure. It's not like something peeking around a corner or, a shadow or something like that. I'm talking about a full figured person. And so I think that is one of the most frightening things for me.
Did you try to communicate with it?
No, I screamed.
Oh, okay. And when you screamed, did it go?
I don't know, I didn't turn around to see.
I don't blame you, I'd be scared too.
Oh, I was. I mean, it just caught me off guard. I mean, when we were in there decorating for the Halloween attraction, we weren't in there like trying to scare one another. I'll be honest with you, behind the scenes, we had bar music playing, we had a huge stereo system, and everyone was just working. You know, we had decorating to do, we had to get a lot of work done in a few months, and so everyone's focus was just, you know, sticking to their task of decorating, wallpapering, whatever it may be, and that's what the scene was. So we were just in Mary's room working on this wall, and behind me there's two doors. One is the original door on the left, and one is a door that was added for a security, an emergency exit. And so both doors were right there, and you know, it was amazing. So that was frightening for me, because just to visually see something like that is very uncomfortable.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah, well, suddenly there's something there that
Yeah.
wasn't before,
Yeah.
you know?
So,
Did anybody, any of these investigators that came to the Wolfe Manor, did any of them get attacked or pushed?
I don't know of anybody being attacked. I've had people leave. I've had people have I've had so many people come to the Wolfe Manor that were non-believers that left and said, wow, okay, I thought of a great story. My best friend Brett and I it was Halloween, it was October 28th this last year. It was on a Friday, and we'd been broken into a few times that week, and I said, you know you guys, I'm gonna go down to the Wolfe Manor and hang out. If you wanna come down there with me, that's great. Brett says, I'll go with you. Again, this is a story in Mary's room. The three other people that went with us, I had just done an internet radio show, and I told them the next time I go down there to investigate, you guys can come down there with us, or me, and just so happens I was going to mainly do security just to make sure the house was, you know, okay that night. So I invited them, they came to do that with me. But meanwhile, we're still walking around the house. Okay, the scene is we're up in Mary's room. I sat in a chair, and again it's pitch black. Brett's standing right next to me, and the other three people were over off to the right-hand side of near the bed. We're doing an EVP session, and everybody's quiet. We're asking questions, probably for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we stop again. Nobody had their flashlights on. Well, I was the first one then to click my flashlight, and the three people I was looking at, they all kind of looked shocked, and the first one, and one was a skeptic, I mean a complete skeptic. The first person said, Brett, how did you get from the doorway over next to Todd so fast?
I remember him telling me this.
Yes.
Wow.
And Brett, and that's not Brett's personality to try to scare anyone. And first of all, you would hear somebody walking across the floor like that. It was
Right.
Probably 6 feet. And Brett goes, no, I was standing right here next to Todd. And I said, yeah, Brett's been standing next to me the entire time because he's a chicken. And so the next person in the group said the same story. They go, no, seriously, Brett, how did you move over there so fast? The skeptic is like, no, seriously, Brett, how did you do that? Same doorway, the same figure I saw, they saw, but 3 people saw it rather than just myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, man.
That was neat. I was so excited, and the skeptic just went, whoa! Yeah. So I know all 3 of them were sending in their stories to, my ghost story. They were 3 people that have recently had, experiences. So,
Have
that
you
was a neat one.
have you gotten any requests from movie stars that want to come to the Wolfe Manor?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
No kidding.
Yes. My friend Robin in Los Angeles, she was on a set with Jennifer. She knew about the Wolfe Manor, and so we were, I thought that was going to happen and stuff. Just hasn't happened yet, so, but I know she knows about it for sure.
Wow.
Anytime I work at the Grammys and stuff like that, I always tell the celebrities. I worked with Carrie Underwood, and, they talk about it. What's her name? She's on CSI Miami. She was on All My Children, and then she went to CSI Miami. I have a picture of her on my wall.
Oh.
On your wall of fame?
Some LaRue. Eva LaRue.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Eva LaRue, and
Yeah.
so she wants to come, and, every time I go to the Grammys, she's always there, and we always talk, and so I guess she goes up to some dude ranch, or her family does, or somebody goes up to a dude ranch right near Clovis and stuff, so she always talks about coming in, but it just hasn't happened yet. So we'll see.
Nice. Why?
Yeah. What are you laughing at, Donna?
Oh,
I
nothing,
you guys, so.
nothing.
I see is Norene's picture right in the middle of my screen.
Oh, you do? Can you see Norene moving?
No, it's just a still photo.
Oh.
A still photo?
Skype.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How are you getting that? I don't have the camera on.
No, it's almost just showing me who I'm talking with. It's
Just a
you're
little
not
icon.
moving. It's like a
Little
picture
icon.
of you. It's a profile picture.
Oh, no.
What?
I tried to get rid of that
Oh.
ugly thing. Oh, my God.
Anyway.
Any other stories you could tell us?
Well, we're excited. We're, again, the biggest thing, again, I want to talk to Scott more about this. I'm trying to find out more information about having a live ghost cam. That's going to be exciting, on the website, wolfmanorhotel.com.
Oh,
Where that'll be
yeah.
up 24 hours a day, and people, maybe we'll try to figure out a way we can move the camera too, so maybe it'll be upstairs on the 4th floor for, for a month, and then, we can try to move the camera throughout. That would be nice.
Awesome.
You could probably set up 4 cameras with a DVR.
Okay.
Yeah, you could set up 4 cameras with a DVR, and because I've seen that, and they'll have 4 locations. You just need the equipment, that's all.
Yeah, and I know Scott said he had some stuff, and we're gonna check into it. The phone line is what's next, so I gotta call and get that turned on. And so slowly but surely, we're getting it all done. Mainly thanks to Scott for, setting all this up with the alarm, and so that's nice to have all that done, and we just gotta get the phone line turned on, and so I'm excited. I wanna be able to start taking reservations. I have a lot of people requesting reservations already for the Wolf Manor, so.
So you think that's gonna happen where people will be able to get in then and do a ghost hunting?
You're talking
Absolutely.
about. So what's going on with the hotel and that whole?
Well, the reason why we're not doing anything is that's part of the TV show.
Okay.
See what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Right.
I could be in there now getting things ready or organized or up to date, the codes and stuff for the city, but we can't because that's part of the TV show. You guys have to go? Okay, you can leave the door wide open.
What do you mean that's part of the TV show?
Wanna leave, go back?
Getting
Sure.
the
Okay, wait.
permits and stuff to...
Bye.
Oh.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Karen. I'll talk to you tomorrow. So that's gonna be nice being able to, so anyway, so that's what we're having a hard time with is, we have to get the TV show going, and that's part of, the TV show is getting the house ready for opening.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it'd be great too, is if they watched you build and refurbish. That would be a fabulous show too, to watch all that progress happening.
Yeah, totally. One of the weird thing, one of the things about the Wolf is not only is it, I was talking about this while you were off doing your thing, but is that not only has it got a lot of spirits in it, but it's got so much activity, but the reactions that people have when they come to it, it's more than just a haunted location. There's something about that people just fall in love and have deep feelings about this house.
Really?
Yeah, talk about that.
This was last summer. I was there doing something, and a lady showed up. She had a beautiful car. I remember that. And she got out and she introduced herself and she said, I don't know what it is about this house. She was, but I drive by all the time and I can't believe that you're here. And we talked for a moment and I said, if you want, just go up to the front door. You can go inside. Just stay right by the front door, the entrance where the big staircase is. And, and she was just so excited. I was doing something. I don't know what I was doing out in the main dirt field. And so she came back out. She had tears rolling down her face still. And I'm like, what's the matter? And she said, I don't know. She said, I just was in there just for 5 minutes. And I said, yeah. She said, I just started crying.
Oh, dear.
I get that a lot from people.
Yeah.
The sadness, huh?
The sadness, the, you know, I mean, there were so many emotions in that place that are still there that people feel. Nobody goes in there, I don't think, and doesn't have some kind of an emotion coming out that they didn't have when they walked in.
Right.
So, you know, it's just one of those places that make you feel something, whether it's sadness or feeling some kind of memory that wasn't yours, as somebody else's. It's just, that's the special thing about this place.
So when you would go to the Wolfe Manor and you would have this experience or confrontation with the nurse,
Yeah.
Did you have a nurse's name? Is there a name for her?
I didn't have a name for her, because once we started kind of standing up to her, then she would hide upstairs. She wouldn't come down very often. She came down that one time because she then was in control when she saw that we weren't backing down from her. But all these other spirits are always telling me to be careful, and they whisper and watch out, and it's always about this nurse.
But
She's
no
such a
name
mean-
for her, no.
I didn't get a name for her. She never
Wow.
comes around when I'm there anymore.
Todd, do you have a list of people who work there?
Yes.
You do?
We have the medical records that were up on the 4th floor. They've all been taken out, but we have, I don't want to say all, we have a lot of patients' names as well.
Do they allow you to keep all that information?
They left it there.
Oh, they left it?
I own it. I bought it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boxes of just records.
Well, how many employees did this place have?
Oh, over the years, we've chatted with so many of them. We interviewed one lady. She said she worked there for 30 days and she just couldn't stand it. She was so nervous. She's like, like what we're finding out, and that's what's going to be cool with this television show, is that we're going to find out from, history that it's not just my findings. I'm not from this area, so I don't know all the history, but it's revealing itself. And that's what, a lot of the shows, the TV show is going to be about. That history is going to reveal itself. And slowly but surely it's happening already. People coming forth and saying, when I worked there, when it was a sanitarium, and they're telling us their stories. So the hauntings have been going on for many, many, many years that we're finding out about.
Are these people going to be included in the show as well?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that sounds fabulous.
Yes, we're bringing the Wolf Manor back to life.
Oh my God. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be, sounds like it's going to be a very successful show.
I'm excited, yeah.
It's been a long wait for you, kind of working at this and talking
Like
to
5
people.
years, 4 or 5
Long time,
years maybe?
yeah.
Yeah, well, the Halloween attraction's been closed for 8 years. We
Oh.
were open for 8, and we've been closed for 8. So, yeah, I've had the property for about 16 years.
But you started, what, 4 years ago or so doing the live investigations over there?
Yeah, with Scott. Probably 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott figured out how to do the live internet, and he just had a blast trying to jerry-rig everything, and he used to look like, a Ghostbuster from the movie by the time he got all the rig organized and computers, and it was funny. But he had a lot of fun doing it. He did a great job, so. And then it kept getting simpler, and, to where it's very simple. Then we had tape brought in, and so we could stream live. It was nice.
Yeah, I remember, yeah. Wow, so you're one of the lucky ones, Todd.
Yeah.
You know?
The bartender in Los Angeles at Peter and Lisa's house this last week, there was a guy, a big radio station guy, JoJo, and the bartender at Peter and Lisa's house, he's, introduced himself to me, and he goes, "Now you're Todd, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "You're the one who has the place in Clovis?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I was listening to the radio the other day, JoJo, in October, all he was talking about was his experience at the Wolfe Manor." And then this guy goes, "Wait a minute, I know who that guy is. That guy goes to Peter and Lisa's house." So that was kind of funny that, there's people in Los Angeles hearing about the Wolfe Manor and through this one guy named JoJo. So I'm like, okay. So he was all excited that he knew me ahead of time, and so, yeah.
I think because you're on Facebook and because you started the live streaming, I think that's what made the Wolf Manor come to life. So, good thing for the live streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really helped, and Scott's persistence to push to get the live show going, and so he did. So, and then getting a hold of some people through with Jason and Grant and stuff, that really took it to another level as well. So, and they told me that too. Jason and Grant said, "Just wait, Todd, your life won't be the same after this show."
Right.
And they were right.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So,
I didn't know all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I had you on because I didn't know all that. I didn't know about him being stalked. I didn't know all that stuff.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Donna knows everything.
Yes.
Yes, because I call her up. I'm like, "What do I do? I don't know how to handle this." And the other thing I'm not handling, and I've been actually calling Donna a lot about things that are happening in my life, and she told me this a long time ago that that I'm opening myself up to believe, and it's crazy. And people have asked me too over the past, because you own the Wolf Manor and all this activity, has your life changed? And I thought they were kind of crazy for asking me that. I said, well, no, not really. And they said, it will.
Yeah.
And, then I called Donna and I'm like, this is happening. And, she's so optimistic about everything. I'm in crisis in my head. She's like, oh, that's great. I'm picking up and I'm like, well, okay, yeah, she's right. So I just called her the other day. Remember the...
Yeah, you call because you have recurring numbers, right? Are you the one with recurring numbers?
Yeah.
A lot of people are having that. They call me lately. All these numbers that have happened, and then there's something else though.
Well, it's never. Like I tell my friend Brett, I said, I am not sensitive. I am not psychic. I am nothing but Todd. But and I called Brett tonight. I was freaking out. I didn't call you, Donna. I called Brett. And I go, oh my gosh. I don't tell the whole story, but basically, I can think of somebody that maybe I haven't talked to in a long time, or maybe it's been 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something, and I do weight training and stuff. I'll tell you the story. I do weight training and stuff like that, and in my cabinet I have some supplements and stuff that I take, and I saw the one, and I thought, oh, I should probably start taking that one again, and that made me think of my friend Nate, and I thought, God, I wonder what he's doing. I haven't talked to him in about a month. Within a minute, probably 3 minutes, I get a text message from Nate asking me how I'm doing.
Yeah, that was it. You have people calling.
No, that was tonight.
Oh, but you've been having that though.
Yes.
That's what you called me about.
Yes.
That's been happening to you.
Yes.
So
Again tonight, and I thought, I don't really talk to Nathan that often, and again, it was just a matter of 2 or 3 minutes that I saw his, the supplement. God, I need to get a hold of him. Very first text message I received was from him tonight.
right.
So that's happening a lot, and I don't ever think, oh, Nathan's going to call me or Nathan's going to text message me. I don't have any of those thoughts.
Right.
But it's happening a lot.
I really think that with you owning this house and going for someone who bought it for an attraction into somebody who, somebody showed you some photos of these things outside. I think were the first photos you saw were some orbs outside.
Yeah.
And then you go into people showing you pictures of people on the second floor in the windows. You sent me those pictures.
Correct.
All these people having fabulous encounters that, I've seen you where you and I have been in the house, and there was one night we were up in Mary's room again. It's just the most comfortable place to be in the whole house. But we were sitting up there, you were on the bed, I was in the chair, and you just had this emotion come over you.
Yeah.
And I think you were really in tune with somebody in the house, and that the more you're in there, the more that you're open, the more your brain expands to have these kind of psychic, sensitive experiences. Everybody is psychic, everybody is sensitive to a degree. It just depends on what you do with it. And you kind of have to open up. You don't have a choice. So you're getting more things like these kind of odd occurrences, which really are normal.
Right.
Right?
But absolutely.
Yeah.
Because of you, I calm down. I call you all, and I'm all nutted up. And you're like, oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah. She's like, isn't that great?
check out a go. You're so helpful. I'm falling apart.
It calms me down, and
Yeah.
that's why I call you, because I know you'll calm me down and, and accept the gift that is what's happening.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah. Everybody's changing, everybody's opening up, everybody is, and people just are starting to notice it. So it is a normal thing, and for me, it's super normal. So when you call or somebody calls up, all kind of uptight about something that's happening, it's a normal thing. And it's just nice to see people calm down and kind of embrace it and make it part of who they are.
Right.
And you've really, from the time I've known you these years, have come so far in being so accepting and really accepting who you have in your house.
Yeah.
And really, they're not just, objects to play with, they're actually people who you care about.
Mhm.
And I think you truly do care about your spirits.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, when I walk in the house, I bless my son's heart, I scare him every time, because we walk in, I'm like, hello, we're here. And then he goes, Dad, stop that. And I'm like, I'm not trying to scare you. I said, you know
Yeah.
what, we can't see people in here. And I said, you know what, we should say hello. This is their home. I make the house payment, but they live there. But, we have respect for them. We walk up the stairs. I go, Mary, we're coming upstairs. Dad, stop. It's cute.
We have a question from a viewer.
Oh, we have a question for you.
Okay, a viewer by the name of Astro wants to know, did you ever have a spirit call your number?
Oh, your home number.
We've had spirits called 911.
Oh, right.
Oh, I heard about
Yeah.
that.
True story. The Clovis dispatch called me, and I was at my home here where I live, where you guys are at right now, and the phone rang upstairs, and I remember answering, and she said, Clovis dispatch, and we started talking, and she said, we just received no, she didn't say that. She said, is everything okay? And I said, it's not very often that a Clovis dispatch calls to check on you at home,
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah, I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you? And she's like, well, everything's okay. And I said, yeah. And she's like, I don't understand why you're calling. She goes, well, did you dial 911? I said, no. And she goes, well, who did? And I said, I don't know. I said, it's just my son and myself that are home. And she said, where are you at? I said, my house. And she goes, on Clovis Avenue. And I said, no, where I live. And she's like, well, who's at the haunted house? And I go, I don't know. Why are you asking me this? And she said, because we just received a phone call from there, and it comes up on the screen, 2604 Clovis Avenue. And it was a 911 phone call. And I'm like, well, did anybody answer? And she said, I couldn't hear anyone. She goes, I could hear something, but then they hung up. We don't have any phone lines on that house.
No.
I'm just trying to connect.
Oh my
I had to do it
God.
right. Actually, JoJo, to be honest with you, the guy from LA, he's the one who did live streaming. So he brought in a phone line. Prior to that, I didn't have a phone line. So the
Yeah.
dispatcher didn't like hearing that very well.
Oh my God.
And then I understand as well, I was just talking to a policeman friend of mine, Tom, the other day, and he was saying that they received multiples, so different dispatchers received 911 phone calls from the Wolfe Manor with no one on the other end. So it just hasn't happened once.
Awesome.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah, and that was right after we tore down the wall that was around the staircase, the main staircase that goes up. They blocked all the walls off upstairs so people couldn't fall over the edge.
Right.
And so once I realized I wanted to make it into a hotel, I thought, I'm taking these walls down. They're not original. They're not, I just wanted all the upstairs to be open like it was originally. The next day is when we started receiving the 911 phone calls.
Oh my God.
And so with the remodeling of the mansion, you can just imagine what we're going to capture with the TV show
Yeah.
while we're remodeling.
They get all nervous when you do any kind of work there, that's for sure.
But the show won't be live, it'll just be all videoed?
Yeah, there'll be a film crew and they're filming everything that we're doing. So,
How many episodes do you think this will be?
well, every show you want to have multiple years, and stuff, but the first, season's 13 episodes.
Oh my gosh.
So you wanted to keep, getting bigger and bigger and hopefully get another season picked up and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we'll see. We've talked about many seasons of, even after the hotel's open, the show can continue on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's fabulous. Oh my God. How come, I wonder why it was never picked up before? I guess it's just connecting with the right people at the right time.
You know,
Is what it
Lisa's
is.
famous words, Lisa Brennan says it's all about timing, as we
Yeah.
all are figuring it out.
Hollywood is a fickle place for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Timing, timing, timing. You know, now that there's more and more stations and or networks, and you know, they're looking for a lot more TV shows, but it's still hard to get it picked up. So I'm with a great team, Lisa and Peter Brennan in LA, and Justin. They're great, wonderful people that love this, you know, project, and they're going to see it through. So
This is very unusual, and the whole concept of it is absolutely fabulous and original, you know.
Yes.
There's so many, I'm sick of watching ghost hunting people. I'm sick of that.
You're stuck in the same thing over and over and over again. You need to move beyond and have a new concept, a new layer to it, and this is definitely that.
Right, and Noreen, I just told you very little about the show. There's so many other things that we're going to be doing that you're going to be very excited to see.
I'm excited from what I heard already, so I mean,
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it. I mean, I will be there every time it's on air. I will watch because the whole thing is fabulous. The whole concept is fabulous.
Yeah, and you just know a little bit. There's a lot of other neat stuff that we're going to be doing that you're going to be very excited about.
And you can't say a little bit more about it?
Nope.
Just easy peasy little.
But too, I hope all your viewers and stuff can find me on Facebook. There's, you know, they can go to Todd Wolfe and find me. Right now, there's a picture of myself and my son sitting on my lap with that sparkler. Or the Wolf Manor, the making of a haunted hotel. We have a fan page.
I don't think I am on your fan page. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
I
There's
am.
quite a few people and stuff. So it's the Wolf Manor, you know, Wolf Manor, and then the making of will probably come up automatically at that point. And so it's nice. I give updates, and if and when we start tours and stuff, that's how people are going to find out about it. You know,
Nice.
first, so I'll post something on, you know, both my Facebook pages and stuff. So,
Wonderful.
and then it'll go on the website, wolfmanorhotel.com.
Wonderful.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. So lots of fun things. We're just in a holding pattern right now, but hopefully soon we're going to be taking off and giving the fans of the Wolf Manor what they're wanting.
Well, I'm glad they finally come up with a date that they're going to show up for.
Yeah. They've been very busy down in Los Angeles trying to get multiple projects going and stuff like that. So they committed to the 10th, and I think 10th, 11th, and 12th or something like that. But I was just down there yesterday actually, so you know we're all talking about it. So cameras flying in and they're ready to go.
Yay!
And so, are you going to be on every episode, Donna?
I think I'm just going down for, I don't know what they want me for.
Oh.
Right. Casting wise and stuff, I'm not really for sure exactly how it's all going to unfold, but you know, I've told Donna I'm going to get her on everything and anything at all possible what I'm doing, and so
I think that's wonderful.
yeah.
So viewers, you're going to have a co-host that's going to be on TV.
Again.
Yeah.
It's
So,
fun, it's fun. It's always good to come see you. It's always a great
I know.
reason to come see you.
I know.
Because I explained, we're not like neighbors, it's like a 3-hour drive
Yeah.
to get to you. So,
But it's so worth it.
it is, it
And then when you
is.
come down, maybe you can bring Norene's lasagna.
Yes.
Now, why don't you come up here and have lasagna with us?
He comes up every now and then too.
Yeah,
there.
let us know when you come up. I'll put on a big Italian spread for you, Todd.
Yummo.
You got landed?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we go to Manteca where my family lives, and then Landon and I have been going to Pleasanton and getting on the BART and going into San Francisco for the day. It's been nice.
Really? Pleasanton's what, 20 minutes from here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes from here.
Oh, good.
So,
Yeah.
Miss Norene's house is just outside the BART tracks here. So you
Yeah.
can just jump off the BART and, land in her backyard.
Nice.
Yeah,
Donna
That'll be a lot of
and
fun.
Marcus,
Yeah.
we'll have a big dinner.
awesome.
Todd, I want to thank you so much for being a guest tonight, and I so enjoyed the interview and learning some things I didn't know before and things I was dying to find out.
Yeah.
And I wish you much success on your upcoming TV show. I know it's going to be very popular. You're gonna have a lot of ratings, good ratings on that show, because I can't wait to see it myself.
Fantastic.
And so we'll say goodnight to you, and thank you so much, and much success to you.
Thank you guys very much for having me on here. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see people on Facebook and befriend me and keep in touch, and we'll give you guys updates on a regular basis what's going on at the Wolf Manor.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good night, sweetheart.
Good night, thanks.
Good night.